Hey, this is Schizophrenia Sucks with Nick. Is that my real name or is that my nickname? Do you even care? Because I don't. Um, so, what this will be, since I can't sleep, I guess, is about schizophrenia and coding. So, programming, coding, AI, machine learning. Yeah. So, that's what I wanted to do. And actually, I've learned Python, which is a programming language. I didn't get through the whole book, but I basically know basic Python syntax, and that was whatever. I'm not going to go into why I picked that language. Um, it seemed like the best option at the time. I might go back and learn JavaScript, HTML, and CSS and try to do like front end web dev or whatever, something like that. Part time freelance. So when I first started coding, I was coding like, I don't know, I think I got up to like 30 to 40 hours per week, and I did that for a few weeks. But then I got extreme abolition and chronic fatigue, and I was like coding, and like Monday, okay, I could do it for 8 hours. Then Tuesday, I can only do it for 4 hours. Then Wednesday, I can only do it for like 2 hours. And then Thursday, I can only do it for like 1 hour. And Friday, I may do it like half an hour or less. And it seems like another topic is frustration tolerance. So for me, the reason why I may not, I'm going to try again. I haven't given up, but I gave up at that point in time because I eventually, like the next week, would be like, oh, I could program for like 3 hours on Monday and then maybe 1 hour on Tuesday, and then I couldn't do it anymore. So my capacity went from like I could work full time to I could only work a few hours a week at most. And I didn't have a lot of other stuff going on at the time. So I had the time. I didn't have the proper diet though. Like I didn't have keto, so that could be a factor. Um, but it's like when you're trying to solve a bug or a problem, it would just get super frustrating and I couldn't figure it out and it would demoralize me super hard. So the schizophrenic brain and also I have the major depressive type is super demoralizing. Um, so I don't know if that was it, or it's frustration tolerance, or it's the chronic fatigue, or a combination of them. Like maybe I burnt myself out in the matter of a few weeks. So I stopped programming. I haven't gone back. I've done research on it. I want to do AI machine learning, and I started the math for like a few days, but then I stopped because I didn't think it was the ticket. I like had other stuff going on. My life was pretty chaotic at the time. But the math isn't hard. It's like 1 year above high school, like linear algebra. Anyway, so I don't know if I could do math or not. It didn't seem like math was demoralizing. But coding, it's like you can get stuck on a program for hours and hours. I mean, stuck on a problem, not a program. You get stuck on a problem, right? Like you get stuck. That getting stuck in coding is super demoralizing. Like I can't even play video games because I get like go on tilt pretty easy. If it's like a competitive game, high stress like Dota or StarCraft. So that frustration tolerance, just I'm working on that. I'm researching it, and I might be able to go back to coding and figure that out. But it made me abandon it. So it might be that like I know that you can do part time, you can do freelance, and it's good for schizophrenics to do programming. That's like the ideal job if you could get it. But for me, just the getting stuck made me lose all motivation, and then the motivation is gone and doesn't come back. So it seems like abolition kills my coding, and obviously anhedonia, I don't really enjoy it, and frustration tolerance, which isn't, I don't think that's a schizophrenia symptom, but it feels like my frustration tolerance isn't high enough just to sit there for hours trying to solve a problem. So it may not be possible for me to do. It may be possible. I'm not sure. I'm going to give it another try in a few months. Like once uh, I get fit and my testosterone's high and my fat is low, so my estrogen is low, and I've worked on these tricks, and I'm basically going to be feeling a ton better because of my hormones being fixed, because I got fat because of Abilify and Risperidone, and I'll try it again. I'm not going to give up. That might be the job. That might be the ticket. There might be coding that's like the thing to do. And part-time freelance web dev instead of AI and machine learning with Python. So like front-end web dev with JavaScript, HTML, and CSS, something like that. That's what I heard. And I know there's other schizophrenics who do programming. I've met like at least one. And it just seems ideal. But we'll see if I can get over that frustration and that avolition, which is like the main two issues. Like I can get started, but then once I get stuck, it feels like you have to start again, and that avolition doesn't let you start again. It just makes you want to give up. Yeah, I have that a lot. It's like a lot of like quit. Like that boy has a lot of quit in him, like Hank Hill. I feel like that. Like the schizophrenia makes it so you want to give up, and you're even like overly emotional about things sometimes. So yeah, it's just something I'll have to work on and see if I can overcome it, and then maybe that'll be what I do. I'm not sure. I don't like it that much. I don't really enjoy it. You're solving problems, I guess, but and it's logic, which I like logic, but I don't know. It's pretty frustrating, so it may not be for me. So that's the key takeaway is frustration, and it pays well, and it's like a great job for schizos. I think. I don't think it's too stressful. So I think that's like I've looked through a lot of jobs for schizophrenics, and it really seems ideal for like me and my personality type and my skill sets, because I've done a lot of like high level gaming stuff in the past, which I can't really do that anymore though, but I have that skill set. So I think programming is like adjacent to that. Just like working on getting good at a game for hours and hours, being extremely frustrated, stressed out, like that type of stuff. So it really feels like it's not like an esport, but like training for esports at a high level of competitive gaming for like a decade is definitely like preparing yourself for programming. And a lot of it transfers over, it seems like. So maybe I'll end up doing that. I'm going to try again maybe in 6 months. I think 6 months based on losing weight and maybe trying a new medication. And then see what happens. See if I can get a medication that works for the negative symptoms. So that's all I want to say about coding and programming. If you do that, let me know. Like, subscribe, comment, and if you know anything about programming or your experience, please tell me. And if you have any tips or tricks to do programming, especially getting over frustration, let me know. That'd be great. All right, this is a short one, and God bless.